Good morning. Um, I don't even know how to start. First of all, let me say this video um, is a hard one for me, and of course, I'm gonna say the formalities to go ahead and subscribe, like, and share my video. Um, Become a member of my YouTube family. Um, you know, someone asked me a question what I think about this topic, and I said I didn't want to speak on it, and somebody had asked me would I share my thoughts on it, and it was hard. I mean, let me be honest with you. I thought about it when I seen the comments floating around on Facebook, and I seen what people's views were, and um, so the things that people were saying. So I was kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to touch that, because of the position that I'm in. But I am going to. And we're going to talk about it. And the reason why I chose to do it here and not on Facebook with a live is because I didn't want people to interrupt me with comments and stuff and, questions. Okay? Well, as we all know, the thing is going around with Dwayne Wade supporting his 11, 12-year-old son, Zion, with the reassignment surgery. And people have been going in. Boosie went in. A lot of people have been going in far as not in support of Dwayne Wade. And then you have people that was going in with support of Dwayne Wade. So this topic is it's so hard. It's so hard because the people that's commenting or giving their opinion most of the time don't even know, and guaranteed they didn't do a research, and there's a lot of it's based on emotions and how they feel and their opinions. And of course, we all have an opinion, so you can voice your opinion whenever you want, especially when people put it out in the atmosphere for people to comment. When you put it out on Facebook or YouTube or any avenue that you are in, you put it out for people to voice their opinion, because when you put it out there, of course, people are going to comment and they're going to share and they're going to, do what they have to do. But I wanted to come on here because I'm all for supporting your kids. I'm all for being there for your child, because I am a mother, and I'm a mother of a transgender child. And let me say this, being that I'm a mother of a transgender child, I will go to war for my child. I will lay my life down for my child. I support my child 100%, and I love her to no ends. And she knows this also well, how I feel. And when we had a brief discussion about Dwayne Wade, and I told her, I said, that wouldn't have been me at 11 and 12 years old. She said, yeah, I understand, I know. Because the reason why it would not have been me, and the reason why is because kids, they're in the process, they're at that age where they're experimenting and they're learning themselves. And yes, I knew at an early age about my child, Because as a parent, you see these signs and you know what's going on with your children before anybody have to tell you anything. You already know what, you see it for yourself. Even if you are in denial, you see it. So it would not have been me. I would not have been that mother to allow my child to do the surgery at 11 or 12 years old. Being that there is so much about that surgery. I understand that Zion, or is she named Zaya? I don't know what her new name is. I understand her emotions and what she's feeling. When she looks in the mirror, she doesn't see Zion. She sees somebody else. I get that. I understand that. We, that's supposed to be straight, look in the mirror sometimes and see somebody else. My concern about this is not what they're doing. My concern is that people don't look at it. When you have people who have surgeries out here to change their bodies. You have people who have surgeries to change their looks, you know, their lips and their nose and their cheekbones and their eyes and you know, their breasts, and you have people that does that, that's not gay or does not want to be a transgender and have botched surgeries, and then they're not still satisfied with the outcome of these surgeries. So my concern for doing this as a child is you open yourself up to so much. And what, you know, people saying that he shouldn't do it, you know, you have to live. They're not gonna, if they allow this child to do this, it's going straight into it, and then I'm just gonna be blown away. But it's a process to go through it. It's a process to go through, and you have to be on hormones for a certain amount of time. You have to live this life. And my suggestion is to Dwayne Wade is get his child in some serious counseling, and he needs to talk to his child. He needs to tell his child that I love you, no matter what. I'm going to support you, no matter what. But at this time, now if you really want this to happen, and you really want to be, you know, a female, then I will pay for the surgery. I will support you through the surgery, but I will not do it at this time. You have to give, you know, because guess what? What people don't realize is when God gives you a child, he gives you the responsibility to do what's right for that child. And even though that child having these thoughts and see himself as one way, God gives you the responsibility to be that child's parent. And with doing that, you have to say, okay, is this the right decision? Because when you make these decisions, God is not holding that child responsible. God is holding you responsible. So when my child was at that stage, I would not have done it, because guess who God's holding responsible? He's holding me responsible for making the decision to allow it to happen. Now, as my child got grown and got older and decided that this is what she wanted to do, guess what? I still paid for it, because when my child was on my insurance, the insurance paid for this stuff. So was I going to take her off the insurance because she decided that this is what she was going to do? No, I was not going to do that. And the reason why I was not going to do that, and I could have, as people say, you need to put a stop to this and not allow this to happen. I could have stopped it. I could have taken her off the insurance. I could have not paid for this procedure to go on. But then there would be some risk of her going by the wrong way, or getting it done illegally and getting a botched job done and getting on fake hormones and doing all this other stuff. So then that would be another risk that I was not willing to take. So I decided to let my child stay on my insurance, and of course the procedure started. But as an 11, 12-year-old child, even though if that's what Zion wanted to do, and even though Zion is so strong, and you know, you have to learn to love these kids because their pressure is so strong. To have the support of your parent is great, because you're in it, and you know my mom and my dad is going to support me. But there's a line that needs to be drawn in the support, you know, because, you know, God holds us accountable for these decisions that we make. And if I had the money that Dwayne has, I would not have paid for a surgery for my 12 or 11-year-old child. I would not have. And the reason why, even people who decides to go through these surgeries, there's at least, 11% so far has already reversed back. Of men wanting to be females have reversed back. So see, people, you gotta do your research. And my child knows that my biggest fear is for her safety and her health. So yes, I support my child. You can't talk about my child. I don't talk about my child because I love her. She was a beautiful baby, a handsome son, and now a gorgeous, gorgeous woman. And I support her 100%. But she knows that what my concerns are. She knows that I got her back 100%. But she knows my concerns are that once you start these hormones, you have to continue taking them for the rest of your life. She knows that my concerns are people that's being so mean and want to hurt you because of you this way. So my constant prayer is that God protects her and keep her safe. And that's what I have to do. I have to constantly pray and ask God to keep my child covered. Because there's so much stuff that happens to these people that goes through these transformation of their bodies changing. So, we just have to learn to just love people where they are. We have to learn to accept people for who they are. And I am a mother. I'm a mother first before anything else besides a child of God. But my main concern is when you add a child, because what people don't realize is, and he needs to know this when he decides that he's going to do this for his child, he needs to know that the depression state is not going to end there. Once he makes this change to this child, that don't mean his depression is going to stop. That don't mean how he feels about his body is going to stop. He's going to find something else that's wrong with his body that he doesn't like. She's going to find something else at that time wrong with her body that she doesn't like. So it's not going to stop at one surgery. It's not going to stop. It's not going to change. What he needs to do is get to the root of the issue first, here and here. That's what we need to do. So, I'm not against transgender because I have one. I love my baby with everything in me. My issue as the mama is I wouldn't have done it at 11 and 12 years old because kids' minds changed with the wind. They change. They go through stages in their lives where, they're this week he might like blue jeans. Next week he might like red jeans. So you have to be careful what you do in this time and at this appointed time, at this appointed moment for your children. And you have to do what's best for them. And what's best for them is allow them to be themselves, because I've always allowed my kids to be themselves. Sometimes that might not have been a good thing. I've always allowed them to voice their opinion. That might not have been a good thing. I'm just being real. But they know that I have their backs 100%. So I'm not against what Dwayne Wade is doing. I am against at this time that he's deciding to do it. And I understand that, because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Because I know of a lady who paid for her child to have the surgery, and after he had the surgery, he wasn't happy. He wasn't happy. He wasn't happy. So you have to decide help them figure out what's going to make them happy. Because changing his body and his inside is not happy, it's not going to help him. If you go sit there and give him and allow him to have a reassignment surgery because he wants to be a female, that's not helping him. You need to let him know that he is loved regardless of who he is or what he decides to do. And you need to keep him in counseling so they can help him with the depression. And for my guys out here who's targeting Dwayne Wade for the decision that he's making. Now, I have seen a lot of people, you know, you have to ask yourself, you know, why is you so concerned with it? Why? Is it bothering you because it's not your genitals that's being removed? So why are you, and then some people are going on to attack Dwayne Wayne's sexuality because he's deciding to, you know, do this, you know. Be careful where you put your mouth on. Be careful where you put your mouth on. Because a lot of people that's making the comments, and I'm just going to be real, and you can be mad, stop it. That's making the comments, are you sure about yourself? Why? You looking at what he's doing and that he's paying for it, and then you attacking him. And he's looking at it as though he's trying to be there for his child and support his child. And we as parents, we don't always have it right. We don't always make the right decisions. We don't. We don't even make the right decisions with our straight children. We don't do that. So stop attacking people for the decisions that they make, and pray for them. Pray that God will open up all their hearts and their minds and give them the right directions to go with this, because Zion is just a baby. I see that child as a baby. And guess what? Dwayne's not the first person to allow their child to do that. There is more before him. But we're attacking him so hard. There's people who've done it before him. My biggest concern is his well-being after it's done to him. That's my biggest concern. My biggest concern is for my child, is her health, in her mind, being healthy and having a healthy mind, a healthy heart. That's my concern. So when I walk somewhere and somebody say something, she don't let me know people say stuff, because I'm telling you, I'm just, you know, my mouth can be a little rough. My mouth can be a little rough. And I will not allow anybody to attack my child. And yes, I do support her 100%. Because guess what? God knew who she was going to be before I did. God knew that she was going to go through this before I did. God knew it. So God knew who was going to be the right mother for her to go through this journey with. And guess who he chose? He chose me. Because he knew that I was going to protect her at all costs. He knew I was going to protect her at all costs. And that's who I am. That's who I am. So, that's basically my take on this issue. Is I have no issue with the transgender world. I love them. I can embrace any child, their parent that turns their back on their child. You can come to me, and guess what? I will take you in as my own, because God said show love. He didn't say turn your back on your kids. How you turn your back on your kids because your child decided that he didn't want to be a male or a female anymore? How? What God are you serving? What God are you serving? Because God is love. God is love. If God can forgive people of murder, and you can forgive people of murder, and you can forgive people of the drugs they sell, and you can forgive people of all these crimes that they make, you can't forgive your child and love your child? Who you serving? Who? And see, I have a problem with these people who are judgmental. I have a problem with them. Because you have a heaven or hell to put nobody in. So it's okay to voice your opinion. It's okay, because when people put it out there in the atmospheres, they must want you to voice your opinion. But be mindful when you do it. You don't have to be critical and you don't have to be insulting to people, because people do have feelings. And you don't know how many nights that Dwayne Wade sat up and cried and asked God to show him the way on how to treat and handle his child. You don't know how many nights that Dwayne Wade tossed and turned and said, Lord, why me? Why did you pick me to be this child's father? You don't know what Dwayne Wade is suffering through every day. Because what you got to realize is, people, that when your child decides to do this, the parents suffer. And the reason why the parents suffer is because when you give birth to a child, you lose that child when they change. For the child that you once knew, that child is no more. That child is gone. So it's like you lost a child, but you gained another one. But you lost a child. So you don't know what Dwayne Wade is going through. Yes, he's in the limelight, and yes, he's putting it out there on the forefront, and people are, talking about him. But you don't know what he's going through behind closed doors. So be careful on how you speak on somebody else's child. Because, a lot of people have kids that's afraid to come out because their parents are, But you know who your child is. You know what your child will do and what your child won't do. But your child can't even come out and be honest with you. Can't even be 100 with you. That's a sad situation too. That you don't even have the connection and relationship with your child for your child to be 100% honest with you. But you bashing this man because his child did and has and is. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you, the parents who turn their back on their kids because their kids are gay. Shame on you. What you should be doing is praying for your child and loving on them while you are here or while they are here. Because you never know where the day, the hour, the moment that God decides to call either one of you home. So I choose to love mine. I choose to be there for mine. That's what I choose to do. So what you choose to do is between you and your God. But I want God to say, okay, you show love. And that's what I want to do. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. So before you talk about somebody else and say what somebody else should not do, pray for them. Pray that God will open their hearts and open their mind and guide them the right way. You pray for Dwayne Wade and his family, as well as his child. You pray for him. Stop bashing him. That's all I have. That's all I have. I just felt like, I'm just going to touch it for a little bit. Just for a little bit. But God loves us. And even in all our wrongdoings, he never turns his back on us. So why would you turn your back on your child? Why? Think about it. Think about it. So my prayer for Dwayne and his family is that God guide them, that God keep them, that God keep that baby safe, that God do not allow anything to happen to their child. And even if he decide to go on with the surgery, that God keep him covered, that nothing happens, that he will be okay after the surgery, and that his heart and his mind will be strong after the surgery, that depression don't set in, suicide thoughts won't set in, that he will be what God has him to be. That's my prayer for Dwayne and his family. That's my prayer. So, until you can do right and say right about people, I just look at you. I just look at you. I'm in a season of being quiet anyway. I just look at you. Don't think I'm gonna just look at you. That's all I have. That's all I wanted to share with you. So Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my video. And, you know, if you don't like it, give a thumbs down. It's fine. It ain't gonna stop the message getting out. It ain't gonna stop how I feel. It ain't gonna change anything of what I said. So go ahead, like, subscribe, and share my videos. And just know to love on somebody today. Every day. Love on somebody. Your life and their life depends on it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.